Hello, I'm T.A. McLaughlin, and welcome to a short introduction to the first book in the Love of the Tayamni series. Much of this science fiction fantasy saga is deeply autobiographical. The young boy we meet in this first book, Denny, is based on me, on memories from my early childhood. But I have to admit, several characters in this series reflect different sides of myself. The main character, Batresh, embodies parts of me I admire and parts I still wrestle with. Denny, around whom the entire series revolves, is the most personal reflection of my own life and experiences. Namazu, the warrior, is inspired by my daughter, Rose. Amun represents my husband, Rick. And Jerry is based on my ex-husband, who remains a dear friend. This brings another layer of truth and connection. Many of the other characters are drawn from people I've known and loved along the way. In this first book, we are introduced to the Tayamni, who they are, why they perform missions, and the universe they inhabit. We visit their home world, Musara, and learned where the Tayamni Pa system lies in relation to Earth. We discover their technology, their spirituality, and the way these two intertwine. For the Tayamni, science and spirituality are one and the same. They understand what humanity is only beginning to glimpse through quantum physics, that consciousness and reality are deeply connected. Their technology is an act of devotion, their spiritual practice an extension of science. To them, all is one: matter, energy, and spirit. We first meet Batresh at her mother's deathbed. That single event ignites the only timeline that can lead to humanity's evolution and ultimately its survival. Raised to believe she was human, Batresh's world shatters when she learns the truth of who she is and the destiny she must embrace. Through her journey, we see the Tayamni moral code, their empathy, their compassion, and their enduring love for humanity. For the Tayamni, the love of the Tayamni refers to the greatest power in the universe, love itself. They believe all forces stem from two sources, love and fear, and every emotion, every choice flows from one or the other. Each Tayamni mission to Earth is led by a matriarch who decides how to guide civilizations towards peace, harmony, and survival. But humanity is not alone. Other alien species have been manipulating Earth for their own purposes, species who view the Tayamni's work as a threat and will stop at nothing to oppose them. We follow Amun's story, his creation, his partnership with the matriarch, and his struggle to understand what it means to respect life and at the same time to wage war. Even in death, the matriarch's choices continue to shape the destinies of her children across millennia. We see Namazo's strength, her brilliance as a warrior, and her doubts about the very code that guides her. And we meet Jerry, a human man whose life becomes entangled with Batresh's as she travels 6,000 years into the future from ancient Kemet to 1962 Mississippi to protect Denny. Each time, Denny's life is threatened. Batresh is sent again, across time, to protect him. Denny's parents and their world are drawn from my childhood. I grew up in the deep south of 1962 in a culture marked by racism, misogyny, and fear. My father's cruelty often made me feel unsafe, yet even then I sensed I was being watched over, protected by a benevolent force I could not see. In the story, that guardian force is embodied by Batresh and the Tayamni, beings of light, guiding humanity towards love and evolution. This first book introduces our central figures, Batresh, her sister Namazu, Amun, Denny, and Jerry. Their lives are bound together by destiny and by the unseen hand of the matriarch, Kemet, whose influence stretches through every book that follows. Through Denny's eyes, we experience innocence, fear, and awakening. His story, like mine, is one of survival, transformation, and love that transcends lifetimes. Thank you for joining me on this journey. I hope you enjoy the first book of The Love of the Tayamni, and that its world invites you to reflect on your own connection to the greater universe. In the second book, we'll explore more of the Tayamni universe, the Orion Spur and the Perseus Transit, and the vast civilizations that flourish there. Thank you, and welcome to The Love of the Tayamni.